Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? Hit the like and subscribe, all that, you know what I'm saying? I just want to talk about something real quick. So I had an argument just now with somebody who is part of a group that I follow on Facebook. I don't know if it's good to shout the group, even though I rock with the group. I rock with my boy who owns the group. Fuck it, I'll just say it. My boy Bobby Donahue, shout out my dude Bobby. Um, Part of this group called uh, Quantasi, Quantasi on Facebook. Pretty much is a place for people to post, their art. People to talk about a lot of like spiritual stuff. But I guess I'm gonna just say this right here. I mean, you could gather from some of the stuff I've posted that I'm an atheist, but I'm an atheist, straight up. I'm an atheist. I am willing to talk about any and everything, okay? Any and everything. It don't matter what you want to talk about nails, you want to talk about the sky, you want to talk about the universe, you want to talk about dirt, we could talk about it all right? But at the same time, just because I will try to be respectful in terms of dialogue, that does not mean that I have to respect your view. If your view is full of shit, then fuck that shit. Period. Straight like that. I don't care who you are. If your view is full of shit, I will tell you, and I don't have a problem with you getting mad at me. Okay? Having manners does not mean I have to respect everything that you think and believe. Because it works both ways. If it's respectful to accept what you think and believe, then that means that you should accept what I think and believe. But it's funny how for us atheists, it always doesn't work like that. It works the exact opposite way. If you want to assert something that's nonsense, then I'm supposed to just accept that and not say nothing about that. I'm not supposed to challenge you on that. I'm not supposed to question you on that. I'm not supposed to demand that you justify that shit. I'm supposed to just let you rock with that. But let me say something that you disagree with and you want to jump all over me. You feel what I'm saying? So why do I bring that up? Because even though I'm in the group and there's a lot of I would say probably the overwhelming majority of the people in the group are pretty spiritual, I'm not. So I have no problem challenging anybody's beliefs, because at the end of the day, I just want to know the truth. What is the truth? What is the truth of reality? What is the truth of this life that we're living, this existence that we experience? So, let me get straight to the story. So, long story short, there was this chick in the group. So I posted a picture of the universe, the ultra deep field taken by the Hubble Space Telescope. Because I'm like, yo, the universe is beautiful. The universe is art too. And this chick came on. She's like, yo, I'm willing to talk about the nature of reality. Because this is like, as an atheist and as a futurist and an existentialist, all that type of shit, I want to know what all of this is about. I want to know what all this is about. It trips me out that people act like they got it figured out and they don't know shit. So I hit her up like maybe that day or maybe a day later. And I was like, hey, we could talk about right now. What's good? Took her a few days to hit me back. But she finally hits me back this morning. And long story short, she's a theist. She believes all the stupid bullshit that theists believe, okay? Where we really had the argument was she claimed that evolution was scientifically impossible and that she found a way to discredit evolution. I'm sorry, I'm not listening to anybody claiming some shit like that. I don't care. I have no problem saying that you're full of shit and that you don't know what you're talking about and that there's no reason to respect your opinion on this topic from here on out. Because if you're not a scientist, if you're not a biologist, then I don't want to hear anything about you discrediting anything concerning biology or any kind of science. If you are not a practitioner of this science, you have nothing to say about it. It's like people who are flat earthers. Is it a coincidence that all flat earthers, not a single one of them is an astrophysicist or an astronomer of any kind? Because if flat earth was true, all they would have to do is show us a satellite image. One single satellite image. That's all you gotta do. You mean to tell me that NASA has all of these satellites and telescopes and imagery and all this type of shit? Not one time have they produced a single flat earth picture, and yet these fools that claim flat earth, not a single one of them has a rocket, a telescope, a freaking microscope. They ain't got a fucking pair of glasses talking about they got the truth. I'm sorry, that is nonsense. Hogwash. And I'm not gonna take that bullshit to be the truth, okay? So I'm like, if you actually could disprove evolution, you would win a Nobel Prize. Are you a scientist? No, well then shut the hell up. I'm not gonna hear it. Okay, now I didn't actually say shut the hell up. I didn't say those specific words to her. But I'm like, yo, you're full of it. You're full of it. There's no reason for anybody to take what you have to say seriously. Because if you were telling the truth, if you could literally, seriously discredit evolution right now, you get a Nobel Prize. All theists around the world would love you, and you would be the person that they would cite as the reason why evolution is nonsense. And now me, as an atheist, I don't care. Well, I shouldn't say I don't care. I'm not wedded to any idea. All I'm wedded to is logic and evidence. That's it. So, if this thing over here turns out not to be true, that's because this thing over there discredited that. And this thing over there is a better tool to use as to whether or not the truth is the truth. You know what this proves? Science, better science, not bullshit. Just because something might scientifically not be true does not mean, therefore, this theistic idea or this religious idea or this nonsensical idea over here must be the truth. Because that's not how it works at all, and it's never worked like that. The truth is the truth, okay? The truth is reproducible, it's unambiguous, and we don't need to play word games. We don't need to appeal to emotions or feelings or any of that type of stuff to prove the truth. You feel what I'm saying? 2 + 2 is 4 whether you believe it or not. It doesn't matter how emotional you want to get. It doesn't matter how loud you want to get, how loud you want to scream at me. Unless you can show me how 2 + 2 ain't 4, that doesn't do shit. 2 + 2 is 4. If you cannot show me otherwise, there's no reason for us to even continue the conversation at this point. And there's no reason for anybody to take you seriously. Because one thing I've learned, you can't, it's very, 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 very difficult to actually convince somebody of something, particularly if it's counter to what they believe. It's something that they believe that they hold strongly. People have this crazy notion of like everything that they think has to be the truth, no matter what. No matter what. And I'm like, this is the problem of society. It's not even necessarily that people have these misconceptions, but it's the fact that they hold on to them so strongly that they can't change their minds. They refuse. And they act like they have the same legitimacy as anybody else. But it doesn't work that way. It don't work that way. First of all, when I have arguments with people, it's not necessarily because I believe I can change their mind. Because I've learned it's damn near impossible to change people's minds. Unless people are willing to have their minds changed, people will not change their minds. Maybe over time you can affect somebody, you can change their opinion on something or their view about something. But when people make their view a part of their identity, it's impossible. The best you can do is hope that people who are watching and observing objectively can see the flaw in this person's mentality and lack of logic. Because I mean, I literally sat here and listened to this middle-aged woman tell me that she discredited evolution. I mean, the sad part is that she really believes that shit. You know what I'm saying? We just had to quote unquote agree to disagree. And I swear to God, this is what I am not the biggest fan of that term, agree to disagree. I feel like agree to disagree only applies when it comes to matters of actual opinion. So if we're talking about the Baby's new album or something, we can agree to disagree whether or not it's a good album. We're not gonna quote unquote agree to disagree when we're talking about matters of fact, okay? Either something is true or it's not. We can't agree to disagree about truth because the truth is true regardless of your opinion about it. It's gonna be true. So if you're a theist, you have to demonstrate that your claim is true. You don't get to just say, well, because I can't disprove it, that makes it true. Because every religious claim is the same way. You can't disprove something that ain't true. I should say, let me rephrase that. You can't disprove a negative or prove a negative. You can't prove something doesn't exist. Well, I guess you can. Now that I think about it, because I seen this video by Neil deGrasse Tyson where he says, well, even if something isn't there, there are signs of evidence that something is there. Like he gave the example of a bear. Like you might not be able to find a bear, but you can find evidence that a bear is around. You can find animal droppings, you can find food that it eats, or footprints, paw prints, I should say, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Signs that there is a bear in the wild. So the point is, when it comes to theism, theistic claims, they have nothing. They have nothing. I'm sorry, y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all have nothing. Y'all do everything but show us God. Where is the fool? Where is this fool? Where is he? If something is real, it exists in reality. It exists in the physical world. All that we know that exists in and of itself is a part of the physical world that we inhabit. That's why we have quantum physics, astrophysics. If there is anything real that exists outside of space and time, there has to be a methodology that you can use to determine this to be true. And until you can, there's no reason to believe that there is a God that exists outside of space and time. You have to demonstrate that. You have to demonstrate that. Just because I can't prove that that's not true does not mean that you get to just assert it to be true. Because even if I were to grant you that there is a first cause, that doesn't mean that it has to be a God. Because there could be a whole number of possibilities that could be. It could be the universe may have actually created itself. I know it sounds crazy, right? But what if that's actually the truth? What if that's literally the truth, that the universe created itself? A paradoxical concept, but what if that's actually the truth? What if life stems from a matryoshka brain? Or what if we live in a superverse? Or what if this is a simulation? I mean, there's a number of possibilities that could be the answer as to the first cause. It does not necessarily have to be a person, a someone, an entity, or anything like that. So I dare anyone to show me that their claim is true. This is a challenge to everyone that's out there. You who is watching this right now, show me where God is at. I'm not trying to hear bullshit like look inside your heart or look inside yourself or meditate or just think of the trees. Fuck all that shit. If you say that there's this real entity that exists, that is the real creator of everything and all that, like you say that this fool is, you should be able to point me to where this fool is at right now. Show me right here, right now. Comment below. Where's God? Holla at your boy. Hit me with that like and subscribe. I'm going to just keep posting and talk about all types of stuff. Holla at your boy. Follow me everywhere at The Ultimate Rage. Let's get it. My album is coming out soon. Outrageous. I'm trying to get it done August 30th. I'm about to get to writing right now. I just had to let something off my chest right now. Let's get it.